First and 10 for the Lambkins.
That's trying to put the nail in the coffin.
Cracky on the play fake. Finally has Marham over the middle. And there he goes. Marham inside the 10. Touchdown, Fort Collins. Well, here we go, our top 10s after week number 4 of the high school football season, and Mullen remains atop of Class 5A. No surprise there. Mullen dominating again this past week, beating Cherry Creek 48-0. How about this? Mullen has yet to surrender a point here in 2010, outscoring their first 4 opponents 136-0. Regis remains there at number 2. Columbine up a spot to number 3 after Fort Collins loss. You see the Lambkins drop all the way down to number 10 after their 28-21 loss to Grandview, a game we had right here on CET. Highlands Ranch, Bear Creek, Arvada West, Chaparral, Rangeview, they all move up a spot because of that Fort Collins loss. Bear Creek a 40-19 victory over Eagle Crest. Chaparral shut out Doherty 49-0. Rangeview shut out Adams City. And the newcomer here in the 2010 Week 4 5A football poll is Matt Lloyd, and those Ralston Valley Mustangs are off to a 4-0 start. They have a win over Thunder Ridge, who is 3-1 on the outside looking in of our top 10 poll. Thunder Ridge, Mountain Vista, Cherokee Trail, Grandview, all just on the outside looking in Class 5A. And the only team to drop out here this week in 5A is Fountain Fort Carson, who lost to number 2 Pine Creek. Of course, Pine Creek playing in Class 4A. Speaking of those Eagles, let's take a look at the latest 4A Top 10 CET Sports poll. And here you see Pine Creek, 29 regular season victories now for Pine Creek after that 13-3 victory over Fountain Fort Carson this past weekend. Wheat Ridge hammered Brighton. They go to 4-0 on the year. How about Broomfield? They hammered Loveland 46-27, and it was the senior running back Dan Gubel went absolutely berserk in that game. Goes for 247 yards. Loveland opened up the season in our 4A top 10. They have since fallen out. They've been out a couple of weeks now. Monarch beat Prairie View 21-7. They are now at number 4, moving up the 1 spot after Ponderosa lost this past week. Ponderosa suffering a loss to Highlands Ranch, our number 4 ranked team in Class 5A. Ponderosa was their second loss of the year. They have fallen out of our top 10. Mesa Ridge, they go to 4-0. They beat Pueblo South. That's a good win for the Grizzlies. Falcon, they're at 4-0 after a 14-10 victory over Rock Canyon. Pueblo West, they're a newcomer, as is Longmont. Pueblo West knocked off Montrose, who was number 6 in our poll last week. Montrose falls, but not out. They sit at number 10. And there's Longmont. They're into our top 10 at 3-2. Yeah, they're a 2-loss team, but that's a very good 2-loss team that Doug Johnson has up there in Longmont. We mentioned that Ponderosa dropped out of our top 10 poll. Valor Christian out of our 4A top 10 poll as well after the Eagles lost to Pomona 23-18. That was also a game that we had here this past week on CET. Here's a look at the games we have coming up this week here on CET Sports. A great one out at Chase Stadium as Mountain Vista and Thunder Ridge, a pair of 3-1 teams hooking up there. It's the Bell game and our annual coverage of that game down at Dutch Clark Stadium in Pueblo. And we'll be down at District 20 Stadium on Saturday. Liberty and Rampart 4A versus 5A in that contest involving Colorado Springs schools.